Perfectionism is just procrastination that feels productive.
This one hurts a little bit for me.
If you just hit the reset button every 6 months because, it got hard, whatever you're trying to pursue, you are going to lose the momentum and you're going to have to reset and start from the beginning. What if discouragement is actually the signal that you're about to be where you want to be, rather than the signal to stop?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the podcast. We are not in the studio today. We are on a couch.
We're on our new couch.
Christy, this is one of your favorite days all year. You're so excited.
This is one of my favorite days because we have needed a new couch for probably like 4 years now. And actually, maybe even more than that, honestly.
I think it's more than that.
A staple of Joey and I's relationship. Even when we got a new couch,
we still needed a new couch because it was a pretty crappy couch.
We have always been, Joey's the king of couch deals, actually.
Why don't we start there? Walk everybody who's listening through my couch deals because I'm pretty proud of it.
Joey just wants me to riff on his couch abilities. When we got married, we moved into like a townhouse kind of vibe. It was like a full house.
It's not a townhouse. It's a full house. You always say it's a townhouse.
It doesn't technically share a wall.
It was a normal house in a just neighborhood where like there's not a ton of backyard space or
there's
room.
Like a cement pad and you're really close to your other houses. So it felt almost like a townhouse, but yes, it did not share any walls. So I guess maybe it's not a townhouse. But anyways, we move into that house. It's a full-blown house. But it felt like a townhouse. But we went in there. We had gotten, first of all, Joey has insane allergies. If you don't know this, Joey's allergic to everything under the sun.
Yeah, not any food, just like environmental, dogs, cats.
Just anything in the
grass,
universe. The
trees.
Environment is not Joey's friend. So anyways, we'd gone on a couple Facebook Marketplace adventures where we had gotten some couches when we had very first gotten married, just like, let's get a couch in here. Joey's allergic to all of them. And so we had to end up selling those. They were also kind of gross.
Yeah, we were getting like $200, $300 couches off Marketplace. Like, it's gross.
And so Joey ended up selling those. So we profited off of our Facebook Marketplace finds at first.
We bought 3 couches and we made money on all 3 that we got.
All 3 of them. So we flipped. We were couch flippers on Facebook Marketplace for about 2 weeks. Then we went to Living Spaces, bought a couch there. It arrived, paid full price. It arrived. It had like one little like rip on the back side of the couch.
On the bottom of the back. Like you would never ever see it. Yeah.
And other than that, it's perfectly fine condition. He calls Living Spaces and he's like, hey, it's got a little tear, blah, blah. And they're like, we're so sorry.
They're like, send us photos. We want to see it. So I sent them photos.
They're like, we'll give you all your money back, but you have to dispose of the couch on your own. We're so sorry. We can't pick it up.
I remember being on the phone with her and she's like, I'm so sorry, sir. We cannot dispose of the couch for you. And
I was like, that is
my
fine.
My brain for a second like buffered because I was like, wait, what? And I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no worries. I got a truck. I think we'll figure that out. And that has been the couch in our house for the past 5 years
just kept
until this afternoon. It's now sitting out on our driveway. And I'm trying to hustle somebody on Facebook Marketplace today. I got like 3 or 4 people in my DMs on Marketplace trying to buy it. So we're selling it for like nothing. Selling it for like $200.
Yes.
But yeah.
And we actually got a great deal on this couch too.
So they ended up giving us all of our money back from that first couch.
Yeah.
We then went and bought a beautiful leather couch that is like, I love it. You don't love it as much because you don't love leather.
I like a deep couch.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty deep, but you don't love it because you want a big sectional. It's like a standalone little leather couch. It's beautiful. But we bought that couch with the money we got back from Living Spaces.
It's true.
So we had 2 couches. We had the one we initially bought with the tiniest micro tear that they, for some reason, gave us our money back on. And then we went and used that money and bought that leather couch, which has been here as well. And for the last 5 years, we've been just like hodgepodge couching in our living room.
It has truly been hodgepodge.
Yeah.
I look at my living room and I'm like, oh, when it's just not working, it's not feng shuiing or whatever it's called. It's not working. Yeah. It was not working. So then we were like, let's go. For all the guys listening,
it's like, this looks great. Like I've actually been like, I love these couches. These are great. But Christy has never been content. So
that's true.
Getting into this couch story, this is all going to tie into the podcast, guys. We'll get there.
We'll figure out a way to tie it.
Getting into this couch story. This couch story is crazy. So we are sitting on a sectional, beautiful white, which we never get a white couch from Macy's. Actually, shout out to Macy's. Shout out to Gary from Macy's. Gary's been great. Christy saw this couch in white in a store a month and a half ago, 2 months ago. And you were like, oh, that's a really beautiful couch. I really like it. But like,
it's so comfortable.
Never get white.
It's kind of like an R. If you're just listening, it's kind of RH Cloud-like vibes.
Yeah.
But not RH.
Yeah. And it was listed for, the couch was like $6,500.
Yeah.
After everything's said and done. And which we're like, that's an insane amount of money to spend on a couch. That's crazy. Couches are like engagement rings. I had no idea how much they cost until I got there. And I was like, oh shoot, this is a lie. Okay?
Couches can be very expensive.
That's also a great story. If you haven't heard the story about me buying Christy's engagement ring.
For another podcast
we'll talk about that in a
episode.
sales podcast episode because I got sold so hard. Now, best decision of my life, but it was so good. But okay, so you see this couch, like it's way too expensive, but you saw the floor model, and then a friend of ours texted us and he's like, hey, that couch is on sale. The floor model's on sale for like, what was it? Like $2,600 or something like that. And we're like, oh my gosh, that's like a third of the cost. That's like 60% off. So anyways, we thought about it and we ended up saying, we're not going to get it. It's white. We're going to get it so dirty. Our dog Bogey will get it so dirty. I'm going to get it so dirty. I wear Birkenstocks literally all year round. And I'm like, my feet are just always dirty because I'm wearing Birkenstocks.
Yeah.
So I was like, we're going to get it so filthy. Anyways, long story short, we ended up buying the same couch, but in a different color because it went on sale. They knocked it down to $4,300. We were like, that's a lot of money for a couch, but we spent it. It shows up to our house in our driveway, like literally last week, at the end of last week, on like Thursday. And as they're unloading it, I can just see Christy's face drop. And I was like, oh,
guys, listen to this. I had gone to the store and I had looked at the swatches and I was like, dang, that's a great swatch. It's like this beautiful beige tan. It's going to go great in our house. I was like, this is going to be awesome. And we end up ordering it. I'm like, it's funny though, because it doesn't look like the photo online. Like the retail photo online, it does not look like that. But I was like, you know what? Those things are always AI now. They never actually match. Whatever. We end up getting the couch. It's the wrong color. Turns out the swatches were actually totally mixed up on the names of them.
So Christy's face is just gutting. Like she is just devastated. And I'm going, okay, before these guys bring this into our house, like I got to tell them that this is wrong. So thank goodness we gave them some drinks and I ended up tipping them, but they loaded it back into the truck. They took it back to the store, to the warehouse, and we didn't get charged a restocking fee, which is great. So then we go back to Macy's and we see this one, the floor model we originally saw that was $2,600, and there's a recent sale on, I guess, so they've knocked it down even more. We ended up getting this $6,500 couch with a bunch of like dirt and kind of stains all over it that we had to wash
Not
today.
A lot,
but
though.
It was quite a bit.
Anything.
It was quite a bit, but it looks really good now because we washed it. Super surprised actually how well it all came off. But $6,500 couch we got for sale, like tax in everything out the door, $1,558. Insane.
It's like, again, the couch deals just come through, which is crazy.
We've had some good deals. Now, this will be a couch I think we can have for a long time, as long as we don't just make it filthy.
Which
but it's beautiful.
Will.
So
but Christy, for $1,500, we're like, you know what? It's a chill couch.
Yeah, Christy's having a great day because I was at the gym this morning. Gary from Macy's, shout out to Gary. He called me. He's like, hey, man, I got great news for you. The couch is ready to get picked up. And I called Christy, and I was just getting out of the shower at the gym. And Christy was like, yes, starts jumping around, screaming. And my phone was on speakerphone. I was like, oh, shoot. It's all these guys. Like, what's going on? But moral of the story, we were on a new couch, and we're stoked about it. Hopefully you enjoyed our little couch saga. It's been quite the ride, as all husbands know. It's quite the ride trying to find a couch. And
I don't know, Joe. You were just as picky as I was.
Yeah, I'm just as picky, but I feel like I would.
Joey's actually more picky than I was. I think I had a lot of couches where I was like, let's just do it.
But like that color that showed up, that I was like, yeah, it's great.
Oh yeah, you would have been cool with that.
I was
Guys,
totally cool
it was great.
Christy
I couldn't do millennial gray anymore.
So
I am a millennial, but I couldn't do millennial
let's get into the podcast. So today we are talking about a couple different things that you just got to stop doing, stop saying. And Christy, these are things that came out of our pod calls. Mm-hmm. So inside of the 6-Week Creative Rise Mastermind, one of the best things that we do is we take every single person that comes in the mastermind, which we take 35-ish businesses at a time. And Round 15's got 37 businesses in it. We take all 37 businesses and we split them up into groups of 3 or sometimes 4. Some pods have 4 businesses. And they're an accountability group for the entire 6-week process. And then Christy and I, week 1, we meet with each and every single pod group. So each grouping of 3, a grouping of 4. And we go through and like strategically focus on each person's business. We put all of our brains on that person's business and really help figure out like what's going to reduce the most amount of friction for your business. The pod calls are amazing. We call them pod strategy calls. And on those calls, we really get to know somebody. We get to understand like what are their beliefs that are potentially hindering their growth? Where are their actual like strategic limiters in their business, the things that they're doing that are wrong, pricing, offers, marketing, whatever that might be. But a lot of things end up coming up where we're just like, wow, like you've got to shift that, you know, and a lot of it can be mental. And it's not just us that realize some of those things.
No.
One of the best parts of the pods is that each person in the pod, they end up saying to each other like, girl, you got to change that. Or dude, you got to switch that up. You can't tell yourself that. You can't think that. And it's a really cool thing to see community start to form, and especially them start to support each other. So we're going to break down 4 different things that we feel like every creative's got to stop doing today. And we're drawing inspo from those conversations with awesome creatives. So
which is awesome. Should we shout out some wins from this last week?
Shout them out.
Let's do it. Okay, so shout out to round 15 during week 3. These are some quick wins we want to shout out for you guys. We have Alex, booked a $5,000 wedding. We had Chris, he had a few event recaps, specifically for Apple Music and Nordstrom for $1,200 each, which is awesome. He also did another shoot for a local food, wine, and coffee shop for $1,250, which is awesome. Cole landed his first $2,250 per month retainer for video content, which is amazing. Audrey had a $1,200 family shoot, which is really cool, out in Texas. Sydney did a $500 couple session and a $500 recap video for Anthropology, which is a big name brand. Will booked a $4,800 wedding for this summer, and Julissa landed a $2,300 a month retainer. Those are just a few of the wins that happened from this last week. So you guys, next episode, we're going to be announcing wins from week 4, which is awesome. But
so good.
As Joey said, this episode is going to be a bit more on like the mindset side, which is kind of funny for us because I feel like we always just do like super tactical, like practical stuff that we still fully believe in. It's super tactical. This is still a very tactical podcast, but we love talking about some of this stuff because sometimes you can have all of the tools in the world that's going to help you. Your pricing's dialed, your offers are dialed, all of these things are dialed. But if the way you're operating mentally behind your business can actually limit you in a lot of really big ways. So we're excited to jump in and dive into the 4 things we need to stop doing. So the number 1, the first one is stop calling yourself new. And the way this one came out was we were on a pod call with Alex. Shout out to Cole and Alex. They are a husband-wife team up in Canada.
Shout out Edmonton, Alberta.
And they are wedding and brand photographers. So Alex was on a group pod call with her and a couple other wedding girls in the pod. And this was just a really fun group, and we're all chatting, and there's a girl that's kind of getting started. She's a bit newer, but she has shot some weddings, and she's like, I don't know, I just don't feel like I can charge this because I'm really new. And Alex pipes up, unmutes herself, and she's just like, girl, stop calling yourself new. She's like, you're only new for like a month at anything. You're only new for a month. And I love that. She's like, have you shot
a wedding? She's like, yeah. She's like, then you're not new.
Then you're not new. She's like, you're only new for a month, realistically. And I love this because I feel like too many people get stuck, and we deal with this all the time when we're talking to creatives. We've dealt with this in our own businesses of feeling like, oh, I'm too inexperienced, or I need to do X amount of deals, or I need to be able to hit this specific price point in order to not feel new, in order to have confidence to actually charge what you want to charge and sell the offers you want to sell. But it's just not true, and that stuff keeps you back so much. And I think it happens to almost every single creative. But something Joey and I love to see is people push past that. So I remember we had a conversation with a girl named Danielle. She's actually been on the podcast before.
Shout out Danielle.
And this happens a lot with people who are shooting specifically in the like associate wedding space too. But Danielle had shot, do you remember how many weddings she had shot as an associate before she started her own business?
It was over 100 for sure.
It was like over 100 weddings. And she was like...
She shot like 70 her first year, and then she shot another year of associate.
So, it was crazy. So she had like 140 weddings under her belt. And I remember she came into Creative Rides because she was wanting to start her own business, start booking her own weddings. And she was like, I don't know, guys. I think I'm just too new to be booking at these prices for my own wedding business. And we were like, Danielle, you've shot more weddings than most like seasoned wedding photographers who are charging like $10,000. Like, you can do this. And so I think a lot of people get stuck and they get scared because they're like, I'm new, when I would love for you to take Alex's advice, which is, you're only new for like a month, and that is it. So if you are stuck in the, I'm new, I don't want to like either, start at normal prices, or I don't want to like start these offers because I feel new. Just so you know, every growing business should always feel new. Like Joey, you have been in this since you're 14. Do you still ever feel new?
All the time. Literally this week, I am rebranding and redesigning our whole agency, Spirits Collective, which is so in need of that. Yeah. It's been way too long since I've done that. And I'm learning like a full new platform that I'm building that all out on. And it's like, there's newness all the time.
It feels
like every year, every quarter, you should be pursuing new things. Like I think about like every year since I started my business, since age 14, I could look back of 14, 15, 16, 17, all the way up to my age now, and I could tell you the thing that was new that year.
Yeah.
Like age 14, it was like everything was new. Like I started my video agency, right? Mm-hmm. Age 15, that's when I started like shooting not just like professional athletes and shooting video for professional athletes. I started shooting photo. Age 16, I started shooting like, actual like businesses for the first time, not just professional athletes and ski resorts. So then I start shooting businesses. Then I start age like 17, I start like traveling and shooting for brands, and it's like every year there's something new. And if you're always timid around new and then you feel like you've got to earn your way out of new,
yes,
you're gonna really, really slow your growth curve.
Yeah. I love that.
And there's nothing to say that being new at something means you're bad at something.
No.
I mean, we were playing pickleball with a friend yesterday, and she's new to pickleball, and she was still better than most people that were out there.
True.
And she's just like, well, okay, I'll just try.
I'll jump in there.
Yeah, I'm good.
Let's do it.
I'm good. Let's go.
Like she's not going to stop, which is
new
awesome.
doesn't mean you have to be bad. So if you're good, just be like, I'm good. Let's go.
And James Clear talks in Atomic Habits about how your identity precedes your behavior. Identity precedes behavior. So like that. And again, it sounds kind of like woo and funny, but it's like, you have to go like, I'm already one step ahead, right? Like, or else if you have to wait to feel confident before you actually do something or charge a certain amount or whatever, you're never going to get there, because you always have to act where you want to be, right? And so I think taking that and going like, hey, ask yourself, what moves would I make this week if I knew everyone else didn't view me as a beginner? Like if all the clients that I was pitching to didn't know that I was nervous and they actually viewed me as someone who's an authority in this space, what moves would I make? So that is number one. Stop calling yourself new.
Yeah.
It's not going to help you or anybody else.
Yeah. Number two is really, really important, guys.
Number two kind of hits. And I think it's going to call people out.
Yeah. You've got to stop niche hopping. Okay.
Yeah.
So niche hopping is simply defined by 1 week you're focused on this niche, the next week you're focused on that niche, the third week you're focused on this niche over here. And what it does is it splits your ability to become a master at something. And when you become a master at something, you get really good at identifying the problems that industry or that niche is dealing with. You become a master of creating a good product or service that solves that, right? You get amazing at shooting events, amazing at shooting weddings, unbelievable at shooting brands, incredible at shooting this type of video, right? For this type of client. You then also get masterful at actually selling it. So selling it becomes a lot easier, right? Marketing for that product becomes a lot easier. And so when you niche hop all the time, you are splitting your ability and slowing down, your growth curve to become a master in that area. And that very, very quickly slows down your ability to grow your business. And when I say niche, this is super important. Christy, niche is not necessarily just a person. Describe how we talk about niche at Creative Rise, because I think this is a big unlock for a lot of people. When we say niche hopping, what do we actually mean you're hopping from?
Yeah, so we always say niche to a problem, not to a person. So if you want to shoot headlining films, you don't have to be like, oh, I only shoot headlining films for real estate agents, right? Like you can do headlining films for dentists, real estate agents, B2B, product brands. Like you can have a wide net of who and what type of person you're working with. But when it comes to actually solving a problem, being known for something, if you just hit the reset button every 6 months because, it got hard, whatever you're trying to pursue, you are going to lose the momentum and you're going to have to reset and start from the beginning, which is the worst part about niche hopping. I understand like us as creatives, like we're multi-interested, we're multifaceted, but the problem is if you start treating your business like a hobby, you're going to get paid like a hobby. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes with hobbies, we jump from thing to thing to thing. Whatever loses our interest, we go to the next thing. Or you think, that's the niche that I'm going to be able to kill it in, right? Like I started this one and it got kind of hard as I started building and I hit some roadblocks, which always happens in the growth phase. Yeah. And oftentimes people jump ship back to the idea phase. And then they're like, I'm just going to do it over here now. And it seems like there's just this like optimism and the grass is always greener and all of those things. Or you know what? I've been trying to sell, brand packages for photo and video social campaigns, retainers. But you know what? Maybe I'll start a print shop today. Or maybe I'll start selling presets. Or maybe I'll start doing this. And people get shiny object syndrome and you hop from thing to thing to thing. You never make substantial strides in one offer or one niche and solving one problem. And you end up missing out on so much revenue trying to chase all these little shiny object syndrome. And it just doesn't work. Especially, I want to talk to the people who are in the growth phase. You've passed the idea phase, you're in the growth phase, and now you're like, oh shoot, I've hit the valley point. Like before I start really getting up and seeing like, oh, these clients coming through, these deals coming through, I'm in like the pitching phase right now, and it absolutely sucks. And if you're stuck in that, know that discouragement, it really is like, I read this the other day, I don't remember where I read it, but it was like, what if discouragement is actually the signal that you're about to be where you want to be, rather than the signal to stop, right? So like, let's think of how do we actually stop niche hopping? Let's get super serious. And I want you to ask yourself, have I stayed a long enough time to get good? Have I stayed a long time enough? Have I done enough reps to actually see this niche through? Or am I shiny object syndroming it? And I need to actually focus in and not niche hop, which we would encourage you to do.
That's really good. I love the idea that like discouragement is simply an indicator that you've put in a lot of input.
Yeah.
You've put in a lot of work and the output hasn't yet matched the amount of effort you've put in, but it's coming.
And we see that all the time.
We see this all the time.
All the time.
We don't just see it, we've lived it. Like I have done this so many times where I'm going to crush it with this offer, with this one clientele, and I'll go hard at it, and it's like, you get a couple weeks into building the offer, getting it on your site, putting out some social content about it, pitching a ton, and then you're like, I just still feel like it's crickets. But like you're drawing all these people closer and closer to inquiring with you. Yeah. And if you just stick with it, it's like all of a sudden the floodgates open and like all these people start coming and inquiring about stuff, which is awesome. But you got to stick it out long enough for that to actually happen.
Oh my gosh,
which is really important.
I think of one of our grads who's in our grad community, and her name's Courtney. She's an unreal social media manager and out in Alabama.
Shout out awesome. Alabama, yeah.
And she had a moment this last year where she was like, oh, I just feel like I'm doing all the right things and I'm not seeing like the fruit of it. Yeah. And like, do I just kind of quit? Like, what do I do? And we were like, just keep going. Like, you're just almost there. Now, literally like a month later.
She had $2,100 of monthly recurring revenue as a social media manager when she started what month? Started February. By the end of February, she's at $7,300 a month in recurring revenue.
How quickly things can change. Yeah. And I remember her talking, and she's like, now I'm like, I can't even take on new clients.
She's like, how do I do a wait list?
Yeah, I need to figure out how to do a wait list.
Clients for social media management,
but I'm
which
like,
is awesome.
If she would have given up in the discouragement phase, that would have been such a bummer, because literally the next month, everything was about to change because she had the right inputs. So number 2 is stop niche hopping, stick with it, and you will see the fruit of the results.
Number 3 is a little bit of a funny one, but it's true. It's stop saying no on behalf of your clients.
Yes.
Like, your clients might not actually say no to you. They might not ask for a discount. Like, one of the worst things you can do is assume out of insecurity and fear, this is what they're going to ask, or, oh my gosh, it's okay if that doesn't work for you, let me know. Like, Christy, this is a great example. You talked about this last week on the podcast, but you used to say in your emails, when you'd send over your wedding pricing, like early in your career, you would send it in the email body. You'd be like, here's my price, and like, here's the gear I shoot on.
But also, if you can't afford that, that's totally fine, and we can totally work out something.
I can work something out for you, right? Like, you were saying no to yourself on behalf of your clients way before they even had the chance to respond. Yeah. So
it's your client's job to reject you, not your job. So don't say no before they can say no, right? Like, if you are on a sales call and you tell them the price, hey, my package is $8,000. This is the best practice you can do on a sales call. Say the number and then just shut up. Don't say anything else. It's so hard.
But it's so good.
Good.
Hey, the price is going to be this.
And you just can you afford that? What do you think about that? If you need a discount, I can give that to you. Just shut up.
Yeah. We do sales call role plays inside of the mastermind. We do them in our grad community all the time. And one of the biggest mistakes that we always see, that we always call out and people have to learn to work on, is when we get to the part of a sales call in a role play scenario, when someone's like, hey, so it's going to be X price. They go, yeah, so that's going to be $7,500. So $7,500 and flat rate, or tax is going to be this, and we can start on, next week. And they just keep talking and talking and talking. And the client's just sitting there like, you're like talking me out of this. So again, say the price, shut up. Another area that this happens all the time. We hear people all the time. oh, pitching, I'm so discouraged with pitching, it doesn't work. Or, somebody told me no. I'm like, well, how many pitches have you sent this week? They're like, well, none. How many pitches you send this month? They're like, oh, like 2. Why are you not sending more pitches? Like, you should be sending like 50 pitches a month if you're trying to get work and you're not satisfied with the amount of clients you have right now. Well, I feel like people always say no. And it's like, well, then you're saying no for yourself. Like, if you're in a position where you are saying no to yourself more than your clients are saying no to you, or people that you're wanting to become clients are saying no to you, like, you are the problem.
Yeah.
It's not your pitching process. It's not your clients that are saying no. So you got to stop saying no to yourself, which is super, super huge.
And ask yourself, am I protecting myself from rejection or actually giving people the chance to say yes?
Yeah, which is a great question to ask. Yeah.
Last, but this is certainly not least, and this is my personal favorite, stop hiding behind perfectionism. And this is my favorite bar right here. Perfectionism is just procrastination that feels productive.
This one hurts a little bit for me.
I personally love this one because I am not wired as a perfectionist. I can be a bit more type B business owner. And I actually love that about myself because I've realized this is a superpower. But this is something we say every single time in the 6-week mastermind. Done is better than perfect. We literally drill it into everyone's heads on the welcome
80%
call.
done, ship it, get it off.
Get it off,
make it happen.
Send it out because people are oftentimes saying like, oh no, I just want it to be perfect. But there are people who have half the amount of talent that you do who are landing the deals that you want right now because you are wasting time trying to make things perfect. And you're wasting time trying to find your identity behind this perfect post or this perfect pitch or this perfect pricing guide or this perfect website. And there are people landing the deals that you want simply because you are not taking enough fast, messy action. It's actually the thing that we tell people that jump into the mastermind or who run a business in general. It's like the people who win, the people who get the best results, the people who get the best results in their business are people who take messy action. They don't take perfect action. They take messy action.
So it's been 6.5 years of running Creative Rise, 6.5 years of this podcast. We've gotten to work personally with 400 and almost 50 creatives, 450 actually, I think 51 on the dot. And I could name a bunch of people right now that are like killers.
Yeah.
They've made an insane amount of money. Their businesses are incredible. I'm thinking like the Lucas Manns, Owen Rossi's, Haley Zumkeller, Ryan and Chanel Whitaker, like the list goes on. Everybody that I would name that has the biggest business, the best business, they're going to be around for 25, 40-year careers if they want. Those people all are phenomenal at just getting it done and getting it out the door. Mm-hmm. Oh, I need a new website. Oh, you gave me some feedback for that. Oh, I need to change how I pitch. Oh, I need to get pitches done. Oh, I need to change how I sell people on calls. They just get it done. They just do it and then they move on and they learn from it and they move on. They learn from it and they move on. Yeah. Versus people that struggle and really slow their growth curve because they are in the way. They're the ones that get in the way. They're people that always let that last 20% of a project just like draw it out. The last 20% of your website, the last 20% of the pitch, the last 20% of the content, the pinned posts for your own social account that are supposed to get you clients for your own business. Like they just get so stuck on that. And I'm talking to myself because if I'm not checked, I slip into this category. Yeah. And so all the growth in my career has been from me relinquishing that and going, I'm just going to get it out. I'm going to pitch. I'm going to send the pitch. I'm going to post those things. I'm going to get the website published.
Yes.
So,
and one way we fight this is giving ourselves deadlines, which is crazy, but it's true. We did wagers this week where everyone has to have a goal and everyone wagers. And by April 23rd, they have to have it done or else they're whatever wagering, shaving their head. They're getting a Creative Rise tattoo on their body. It's crazy. That's what we're doing too. We are committed to that as well because we want to be done is better than perfect people rather than that get lost in the 20%.
If I don't fully rebrand Spirits Collective, get a brand new website up before like 2.5 weeks from now, 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks. Just about two weeks from now. I have to shave my head, shave my mustache, and
crazy,
which will be devastating. So I'm going to get it done, right? Deadlines force you to do something. So, guys, these are the 4 again. Stop calling yourself new. Okay, get over that. You're not new. You're good. Stop niching. Stop niche hopping. Okay, don't jump from thing to thing to thing. Stop saying no on behalf of your clients, and stop hiding behind perfectionism. Just get stuff done, get it out the door. Your business will be in such better shape. Thank you for being here with us this week. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you want to join the Mastermind waitlist, link in the description for round 16 coming up later in 2026. But hopefully this has been so helpful for you. And we'll catch you guys next week on the podcast.
See you next week.